Welcome everyone to this rapid reaction. This is the Mae Young Classic, rounds 2, quarterfinals, and semifinals. I'm gonna be honest. I can't believe they didn't do that. I had predicted that maybe they would do it, but it'd still be 4 shows, but it would be maybe two matches on one, 2 matches on the other, something like that. And then they would maybe do next week, 2 shows where it would be, the semifinals, and then you see the finals. That would have been maybe more of a better way of doing it, spreading it out. But having that being said, they did it the way they did it. So let's just get into it, right? Episode 5. We're gonna start, of course, in chronological order. So let's go with Rachel Evers versus Abby Leyes. This was a good match. I got it rated at 3.5 stars. I think this was something that was kind of amazing. I thought that I thought the styles made each other made the women better, and I thought this took it all in stride. I really do. Once again, Abby Leyes wins with the alligator clutch. She moves on into the tournament, and I think Rachel, she got a good future for herself. I think so. There's no doubt about that. But Abby Leyes goes on into the final round. Into the next round, not the final round. Next, it was Serena Deeb versus Piper Niven. And I'll tell you something about Piper Niven. She does the big versus small match. She does that excellent. And I guess you say, why wouldn't she be? This is probably what she's done for the longest time. So, and she probably doesn't wrestle a lot of girls her size. She probably wrestles smaller, so that's the matches that she has to work. And I think right now, from when I see the two or three matches I've seen from her, she does it very well. Serena Deeb, as we all know, or maybe some of us do know, from watching the first round, she was part of the Straight Edge Society back in 2009 with still CM Punk and everything, and she got caught drinking by a security camera, and the WWE found out, and she had to and she was let go because that they didn't sit with her being like part of the Straight Edge Society. And there was also this thing where she said that she was taken out. She wasn't. I don't want to say abusing. I don't think she did say abuse, but basically she said that she was almost hinting that she had an alcohol problem. Maybe she did, but maybe that's just but maybe she's just not going full, going full broke here, and she's not saying what really happened. Maybe she's trying to kayfabe it a little bit. So I don't know, but anyway, these two had a good match as well. 3.5 stars. The styles clash again. Again, Piper Niven just shows that she's in my eyes, she's becoming really good doing the big, smaller thing here in this tournament, and she just and it's just amazing to see. She's very athletic and very fast and quick, and that's really a good thing for her. And I really do think the WWE is probably going to look at signing her, because they say that they can have her be a big time monster in this division. They can do to her what they did with Braun Strowman. I think that's definitely what I see. And if they don't sign her, some other organization out there is going to have a star on their hands. I think with Piper Niven. She won this match over Serena Deeb, and yes, Serena credit things for making her comeback and doing all that she wanted to do. Basically giving her a second chance and everything, and so props to her. But Piper Niven moves on into the tournament. The third match is Michelle Martinez versus Princess Suhei, and I was kind of disappointed because I thought this was would have been. These were the two most veteran stars in this classic. They said that each one of them had been like over 15 years of wrestling and business, so you would think that this maybe would have been a lot better than what it was. But this is 2 3/4 stars, which isn't. It's average basically. It's not bad, not good. It's just average. It's entertaining, as they would say. It's just entertaining. And Michelle Martinez, she wins the match. But yeah, it's disappointed in how the match went and everything like that. And I think WWE has a shine for Michelle Martinez. I think, you know, if not for nothing else, her music. I mean, all these women have like different music and things like that. So I don't know if the WWE like somehow made the music, or if they had their music from wherever the places they were, you know, they came from, and they brought them with them or whatever like that. But obviously, Michelle Martinez, she has a Latin last name. I don't know if she's actually Latina or not, but she's a Latin last name, so they gave her this like almost reggaeton type entrance music, and it's amazing. And I would just sign her for the music, just, you know, and just let her go at that. She's, you know, I don't think that she probably could be a darn good face. She probably could be one of those, like, you know, anti-hero faces, you know, where it's just, you know, she's like the badass and everything like that. But I think she's probably even better as a heel. You know, she's got some heel mannerism and heel things about her that are just awesome. So this match, like I said, 2 3/4 stars. Princessa. I called her Princess earlier. I apologize. Princessa Suhei was defeated by Michelle Martinez. And then finally, it was Kairi Sane versus Bianca Belair. And this match, it's funny. This chick, Bianca Belair, it has this long braid. If you had not seen it, it's this long braid, and just whips her. And she was just whipping the living crap out of her with her hair. And listen, what's her face? Kairi Sane, she took a beating from Bianca Belair. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But you know, that old saying, I'm gonna take an ass kicking, but I'm gonna give one right back. And she certainly tried to. Without question, and she did for the most part. She won, but I probably would say that Bianca Belair was more impressive in this match, for at least for me. So the match was 3.5 stars, and once again, it was almost they doing that big and small thing. And listen, Bianca Belair, you know, she at the end started. She hit a 450 splash, which was amazing, and that was probably the last 3 or 4 minutes, and it was just total greatness from them three. And so, you know, that's because I really had it about, you know, 2.75, but those last 4 minutes really were good and everything like that. And it actually, and it really did. It was that good that it boosted it up to 3.5 for me. So there's no question. So I think, like I said, Bianca Belair came out looking better, but listen, Kairi Sane she's still very good at what she does as well. So Kairi Sane moves on into the quarterfinals. So now episode 6, right? We start with Toni Storm versus Lacey Evans. Kind of surprising Toni Storm wins here. I thought Lacey Evans, she's an NXT girl. I thought they would have, you know, moved her on. Now I also thought maybe just for, you know, some reason that, you know, Lacey Evans was a little bit bigger than Toni. And things like that, and they really have to stop. You know, they have to stop calling that a hip. I know why they call it a hip attack. You know, basically because you can't go in there saying she's smacking you with her ass. You know, but she doesn't hit her with her hip. It's just not. You know, she slams me to the back to her backside. That's just what it is. You know, so but whatever. I'm talking about Toni Storm. But so yeah, I really thought Lacey Evans would have went over on here, and but she didn't. Toni Storm won, and it was a pretty darn good match, pretty darn good thing. She hit the strong zero, Toni Storm, and that's actually a pretty devastating move. So props to her for doing that. And listen, Toni Storm moves on into the quarterfinals, and so that's really good. Continue on, episode 6, second match, Mia Yim versus Shayna Baszler. By the way, Toni Storm and Lacey Evans was 3 stars, in my opinion. Mia Yim versus Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler is part of the 4 horsewomen of MMA. Now Shayna's doing the wrestling stuff, and Mia Yim, obviously, she was trained by Tajiri, and she's dates with Gail Kim and Lita. And this was something that they were trying to do. You know, what they really wanted to, I think, really trying to do is they're trying to show how dominant Shayna is. over all women or all the women in the tournament, and she really is, you know, she sort of talk about someone who is a perfect healer. It's just, you know, she's got some of that MMA stuff in her and things like that. So and that's fine and dandy, you know. So it's, you know, I gotta say this, you know, she does her job, you know, something like that. Because even though I don't know if she was really trying to do anything or trying to play a role or something like that, to me, just trying to be herself. But even being herself is definitely makes you want to hate her. Once you see her get beat, so I think that's good on her. So, but that did not happen. She beat Mia Yim, and she moved on into the tournament. Next round was Rhea Ripley. Next match, I should say, was Rhea Ripley versus Dakota Kai. That match, Shayna versus Mia, was 3 stars as well. So Rhea Ripley versus Dakota Kai. In my last video, in my first round review, I gushed and everything all over Rhea Ripley because I just thought her athleticism was, she's 6 feet tall, and she's a Charlotte Flair, you know, lookalike in every sense of the word, and the tallness and athleticism and everything. You can just see the stardom on there, and combine the fact that she's very attractive as well. I mean, it was just, you know, probably my favorite in the tournament. Her and Sarah Logan, who lost in the first round to Mia Yim, actually, but she unfortunately did not make it because the girl next door, Dakota Kai, who was pretty attractive herself, she actually won. Again, like I said, what we saw in the first round, there was a lot of matches where the veteran caught the young person, but, you know, they beat the young person basically because of experience, and that's how this kind of seemed to be. Like, you know, the same thing where, listen, she obviously we would have the bigger and you know, bigger physique and you know kind of the hold over her, something like that. But they kind of did see where Rhea made a mistake by like trying to do something like top rope maneuver, and then Dakota Kai caught her and knocked her down. She got caught up in the tree row, and then she hit the double stomp on her and beat her that way. It was, again, another 3-star match. Dakota Kai moved on until the next round. And then we had Candice LeRae versus Nicole Savoy. Now, I had predicted that they were doing something. She was holding the knee, but they were going to do something where she would be taken out, the knee injury. That did not happen, so whatever. So we win some, we lose some. I predicted Floyd Mayweather would get Conor McGregor in the 10th round with a TKO. And I was right on that. But a couple years ago, I also predicted the Jacksonville Jaguars would win 14, you know, with 12 or 13 games, and Blake Bortles would win the MVP, and he pissed down his pants legs. So you win some, you lose some. But Candice LeRae versus Nicole Savoy, this was again 2 3/4 stars. Again, just average. Maybe styles of clash here. But listen, I think that, you know, that swinging neck breaker from the top is something that I like, but I think it's something that if Candice, I don't know if she's going to get a contract with WWE or not or whatever like that. But if she does, I think it's something that I think that she should, you know, should only use as little things. At least she can come up with another finishing move like that. Because I really do think that it does take a little bit of thing to setting up, and I'm all for it. I think, you know, you know, you set it up, you know, something like that. It doesn't need to be very all, you know, it needs to be quick and fluid and things like that. You can set it up, see it and set it up, but for her, she used to have the top rope or something. Sometimes it can get convoluted, you know. So, you know, so I think that's what this would be. I would, you know, if she signed to WWE, I would say, listen, we like the swinging net breaker. She calls it Miss LeRae's Wild Ride. All right, that's fine. If that could be like your, you know, your second finisher. I mean, we talking about 2K video games and things like that with WWE. That'd be your second finisher, but your main finisher should probably be to need to come up with something else. And she did over the time. She did do like some Like she did do a couple submission moves and a couple other moves that looked pretty good, and I think that she could use as a finishing move. So you know, so to be honest, I would like to see her in the WWE. I don't need to see her taking super kicks with shoes and thumbtack shoes anymore. I don't need to see that anymore from her. So yeah, let's go ahead. Let's get her in the WWE so that she can stop doing all that other stuff. But unfortunately, no, she did win this one. Made that little spoiler, my fault for the future. I apologize, but so she did win. So she moves on to the quarterfinals. Okay, so we now go to episode 7, and now we are in the quarterfinals. The winner of these 4 matches will move on to the semifinals. In episode 8. So let's go ahead. Let's check it out. Let's go ahead and let's continue on with this review. We have Abby Leif takes on Michelle Martinez, and I think I personally I thought it was a 3-star match. But I personally liked the fact that Abby kept trying to go for alligator clutch, and Mercedes Martinez kept trying to get out. She kept getting out of it. She kept finding a way to get out of it. And I think I liked that. And I just thought this was a good match. Someone who's like athletic and technical as Abby, going against someone who's like more of a strength and power type of wrestler, and Michelle Martinez. I think they work good together. I think you give them some more time together, and they can put on classics. They can put on really good matches and classics. So Michelle Martinez moves on. She won, and she will move on to the semifinals. We now have Candice LeRae versus Shayna Baszler, and I had another one of my predictions falls here. Shayna Baszler wins. I predicted that I thought that maybe they were going to try and get Shayna Baszler. They were trying to get Candice LeRae versus Kairi Sane. That's why I thought maybe they were looking to go. Obviously, didn't. Shayna wins here, and again doing good heel stuff. She locks on that, and she locks on. Candice LeRae is going for Miss LeRae's Wild Ride, and she reverses it, locks in the real naked choke. Candice taps out, but she leaves it on, and she leaves it on until Candice passes out, and great heel stuff here from Shayna, and really makes it that the crowd is not behind her anymore the rest of the night. So, and it was good. And then at the end of the match, Johnny Gargano's in the ring, trying to take care of her, and she kicks Candice's leg out of her leg, and and Johnny's like, "You son of a yeah, I ought to, boom, zam to the moon." I mean, that's what he wants to do, but of course he doesn't. But you can see, it's in her face, and she does with her ladies, and then one of them some reason to leave. I don't know if something happened or whatever, she had to go. But it's only Ronda Rousey and the other one, another one are the shoulder tattoos there. So no. But then after the match, the other horsewomen are there. The women, the WWE horsewomen. Instead of Sasha Banks is not there. It's Charlotte Flair, it's Becky Lynch, and it's Bayley. They're there, and when she going up, she stops. She looks over at them, and then they're doing the whole thing. So it's obviously something there, something that's good. I really would like to see them maybe. I know that the Survivor Series coming up, they're going to do some things, but it would actually kind of be cool to see them do have those 4 horsewomen of the MMA come in to WWE and wrestle the 4 horsewomen of WWE, because at this point all of them are baby faces, so it works perfectly. And you can even do something where you even have a heel turn by Sasha or Bayley or Becky or someone like that. I don't think Charlotte needs to go back to being a heel so quickly. I think she can continue to be a baby face, especially right now with with Ric Flair and his things. I think that can give her some good sympathy baby face heat. But yeah, I just kind of think that's that's kind of what she does, and it would really be really good to see that at Survivor Series. So hopefully there's something there, and there's something they can do, and they can make something like that happen. We heard a rumor about Ronda Rousey getting in the ring, and she went there and she saw that, and then she said, "Okay, I'm becoming a wrestler." And she's done Brian Kendrick's school that she went to in California. She has to get married to her longtime boyfriend a couple weeks ago. So congratulations to her on that. But I think if everything happens, this could be something to watch for. So I'm hoping that is what happens. I would like to see the 4 horsewomen of WWE versus the 4 horsewomen of MMA at Survivor Series in an elimination match. I think that would be fun to watch, fun to see, and everything like that. And that'd be a good time. Okay, so after that match, it was Piper Niven versus Toni Storm. I thought this is kind of the big, it was the kind of big versus small thing here, but also there's also some good stuff here. It's a very funny moment and thing where they're like doing like the strength and power thing, and they Piper has Toni on the ground, and Toni bridges her up, and so she can't believe that, and then like the monkey flips her over, and both shoulders are down. The referee counting shoulders, and then both of them raise one shoulder up, still with the hands locked, and then she put them down, and then she goes again 1, 2, and then they both of them raise the other shoulder up, still with their hands locked, and go down, and 1, 2, 3, and then they both double bridge, and then out of the bridge they let go of the thing and they shake hands. It was a very funny spot, but very interesting. This is a very good match. I gave it 3 and a quarter star. See what else I have? Oh yeah, that's what I just talked about. Yeah, and by the way, Candice LeRae versus Shayna Baszler was 2.5 stars. I thought it was just that. Then it started. That one was pretty interesting how it started off with Candice LeRae, kind of trying to beat her at her own game, but he quickly just went down Shayna Baszler lane, and of course she won. But this one was pretty good. I thought again we saw Toni Storm overcoming the power and strength of Piper Niven, and doing some counters out of it and things like that. And I think again we had Piper Niven who went for a Vader bomb, and Toni who all match and trying to get her to German suplex her, could not do it, and then finally she German suplexed her from the second rope when she was going for the Vader bomb, and then she went to the top and hit a leg drop and pinned her and won. And so Toni Storm moves on in that match. And then there was a match again, Kairi Sane versus Dakota Kai. Again, this one I think maybe I have it down as 3 and 3.25 stars. But again, you think that this might be maybe one of the things. This might be one of the things like a show steal. And it wasn't. It was a good one. It was a well wrestled one. This one is a show stealer. I think Kairi Sane. It was kind of funny because they talked about like Dakota Kai being the smaller girl in all her matches, but this one she's kind of a bigger girl, and she's only 5'6". 5'6". Kairi Sane's 5'1". So, but this one was, I think, was good, and I thought this again. It did some great, it had some magical stuff here, but so it was what it is. I'm sorry, I get confused. The Cincinnati Reds just walked off. Billy Hamilton, who not known for hitting home runs, his home run. That's neither here nor there. We're here to talk about the Mae Young Classic, and Kairi Sane Dakota Kai again. I thought I have it 3.25 stars. It was okay. I was kind of expecting maybe 4 and 4.5 stars. I guess that's what I'm doing. Maybe that's what I shouldn't do. I don't know. I guess because there were so many good to great matches in the Cruiserweight Classic and in the UK tournament that I didn't expect this one to have it. And there's been some. I think like Piper Niven's first round match, whichever she had, was great, and then that Kairi Sane and Tessa Blanchard was great. And then there was another one I think that was really good too. I think it might have been Mia Yim and Sarah Logan's match was awesome as well. So there hasn't been anything that I think would be considered to be a classic. And who knows, maybe that's coming up in the next episode. But Kairi Sane wins here, hits her elbow drop, and defeats Dakota Kai. And they have a nice hug after the match, and Kairi Sane moves on. So now we have the final four. It's Shayna Baszler versus Mercedes Martinez, and it's Kairi Sane versus Toni Storm. And both matches are episode 8. Episode 8. So now let's go ahead and review that one. We talked about Shayna Baszler versus Mercedes Martinez. They have a history. They're part of their little own group, and wherever they go, and whatever in the organization they wrestle. I think it's Shimmer, and they have their own little group. And she brought Shayna in. Mercedes brought Shayna in, and they've been kind of this, and kind of her sensei, so to speak, in professional wrestling. And so they have a history in the past. And when you get in the match, you can definitely see that she's, Shayna Baszler doesn't do the shaking the hands thing, which is part of their four horsewomen thing, because Ronda Rousey in her matches she never tapped gloves with the ladies. Apparently she never did, and a lot of people didn't like her for that. And so Shayna does, but she doesn't shake the hands of the people in the past, but she shakes Mercedes' hands because of her history. And listen, and it showed that, and it showed the story they were telling. They were telling the story of, listen, you may be good, and it's everything I taught you. You do, but I didn't teach you everything I know. And I think that was trying to do the story they were trying to tell, and they told it real good. This was a 3 3/4 star match I have it rated as, and I thought that this was maybe the biggest test that Shayna Baszler has had in this tournament, and there were definitely some near falls and things like that. But I think unfortunately for Mercedes, she got locked into the rear naked choke, and she had to tap out. And Shayna Baszler moves on to the finals of the Mae Young Classic. The other match, Kairi Sane versus Toni Storm. Now, even though I had predicted that Kairi Sane would probably be in the finals at a face of Candice LeRae, I was kind of rooting for Toni Storm here, just because I kind of thought that would be maybe, it would be, we needed an upset, I think, in this one. And I mean like a big upset. Not one. Kind of thought maybe that big upset would be Candice LeRae beating Shayna Baszler, but since that didn't happen, you would like to have seen this be an upset right here. Kairi Sane's the more, maybe bigger name, everything behind her. She already has the contract for WWE, and even maybe interesting to see does Toni get there, maybe something like that. That didn't happen. Kairi Sane did win, but this was a 4-star match. This was out of the 4 episodes, this was the best match, I think, and this was a I need to stop having my TV on. I have the TV on because in case something happens or something, I have the TV on. But sometimes it distracts the hell out of me. And they got the disco demolition stuff on there, and this girl walking around with a sword on her head, and people on fire, and I need to know what the hell. Okay, anyway, the things that I think came from out of this match for me were Kairi Sane's bruises. I think she has a bruise on her back, which I think is from being whipped by Bianca Belair with her hair. I think she has a bruise on the back. She goes to the top rope, jumps off, and lands on the steel grating, and she has a impression on the grating in her face. And then she got another spot where apparently something happened. I guess Toni gives her an elbow or a knee or something, and she got a cut on her chin. I mean, this poor girl is getting her ass whooped, but she does not care. She is loving it apparently, and she's doing what she needs to do. And she goes to the top rope with that elbow drop and gets the victory. But like I said, this is a 4-star match. This was the best match out of the 4 things. So she moves on. She will face Shayna Baszler for to be the winner of the first inaugural Mae Young Classic. So we will have to see what goes on. It's going to be live next Tuesday, September 12th, on the WWE Network after SmackDown, live from Las Vegas. So, funny, that'll be interesting to watch. I will do my reaction to it afterwards. I will watch it live with y'all, and I will do my reaction to it, and it will be up shortly thereafter. So yeah, that was it. I tried. Hopefully, I made this one a little bit less lengthy than I did the last one. The last one was over an hour long, but hopefully this one is not that. I think we'll see when I put it on the timeline and everything like that to edit it. So yeah, so my thoughts on these 4. Again, I was hoping for something different. And this again, like I said at the beginning, what I would have done is I would have had these 4 episodes. I would have had just had 2 matches per episode, so they matches would have been a little bit longer. Like I said before, I think there's a couple of those matches where if they would have kept wrestling, it could have turned into classics. You know, I think maybe something like Lacey Evans and Toni Storm. I think like Kairi Sane and Bianca Belair, something like that. Maybe even Pepper Nevin and Serena Deeb. I think all these matches could have become 4.5 star, even maybe 5 matches if you get a little bit more time. I understand. I think maybe I understand why they didn't. Because of just because of the styles and everything like that. So, but it is what it is. And then what I would have done afterwards is that I would have had the quarterfinals. They would have had the quarterfinals. I would have had 2 episodes. The quarterfinals and the semifinals come out next Monday, and then of course Tuesday the 12th would have been the live episode. So, but I can see why they want to have a week to kind of promote this match and get everything like that. So there's going to be all over WWE television tonight and tomorrow, and then you watch the network on Wednesday, NXT, things like that. So that's definitely what they're looking for. So I understand. I kind of wish it was different, but I understand it. So, and so far, I would give this thing a definitely thumbs up for the Mae Young Classic. I thought this was going to be awesome, and it was. The matches have been pretty good. I don't think there has not been any clunkers really in it. I think again maybe some styles clash where they things didn't give up right, but I don't think. Some women who don't speak English, and then you have women who wrestling, and so that the theme could have been there, the language barrier. Who knows what happened? So I'm not going to sit here and do what I would usually do, and I would get down on somebody for a less than thrilling match or anything like that. Because when it comes down to it, for the most part, all of these matches I've been entertained by. I really have. I've been entertained by it. I haven't been sat here and just, going or anything like that. I've been entertained by it, and I've loved them, and it has been so good. So definitely appreciate this, and it definitely hope to see a lot of these other women on NXT. I think again. Oh, I mean even WWE. I think when you talk about people like Mercedes Martinez and Candice LeRae. I don't think they don't need NXT. They can do the AJ Styles route, the Mike Bennett route. They can just go on ahead and go onto WWE TV on SmackDown, on Raw, things like that. I think even Shayna Baszler could do that as well. But some of these other ones, especially the young ones like Toni Storm, who's been on 21, and Piper Nixon, and some of these other women who I would like to see them sign. Sarah Logan from the first round, and Rhea Ripley. I think I would like to see them sign to NXT and get more seasoned and something like that. Cause especially since they are so young, they're like they're in their 20s and something like that, so they can stay in NXT for years basically. They can do what Charlotte and Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks did, and those 4 horsemen. They can stay down there for 3-4 years, and become NXT stars, and then get really home to where the fact that they're main eventing takeovers So, hopefully that does happen. Alright, so what are your thoughts on the second round, quarterfinals, and semifinals, these next 4 episodes of the Mae Young Classic? Post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you so much for watching it. Don't forget to look for my reaction to the final match between Kairi Sane and Shayna Baszler next Tuesday night, right after it airs on the WWE Network. All right, that'll be it for me right now. It's your boy AJ Tripp signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there, and I'm out.